Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So with the Diamond and Pearl remakes almost here, Sword and Shield are about to be put on the shelves for a little while. But before we pack these games up for the time being, I want to show you some areas in-game that you may have missed during your initial playthrough. For the purpose of this video, I'm only going to be covering areas in the main section of Sword and Shield, and we're not going to be looking at the Isle of Armor or the Crown Tundra. Before we get into this, I would like to remind everyone that I do live stream over at twitch.tv/Reinot926. The link to that will be in the description box down below. We do lots of Pokemon and other Nintendo content, and we will definitely be streaming the Diamond and Pearl remakes all launch weekend. I'd love to have you come join us for a live stream, so consider following me on my Twitch channel, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe down below. Alright, enough of the self-promo, let's get into the real reason why you clicked on this video. So we're going to start off with Route 2. Now there's a few areas that I want to show you here. The first one is right behind Professor Magnolia's house. There is actually a TM back here, so you can pick that up right at the start of the game. The other location that I want to show you is just to the left of her house here. If you weave through the gardens, there's actually another item back there that you can pick up right when you get here. The two other locations that I want to show you do require the water bike, so you will not be able to access these areas until you have obtained the water bike, which you don't get until you are leaving Sir Chester and you are heading to Spikemouth. So quite a ways into the game, but once you do have the water bike, you can come back here. And if you head down this little path, you can head down the waterway, and then there is another item over here that you can come and pick up. The other area is over here to the left. Now, you might be familiar with this area. You can come out into the pond here and you can find some Arrokudas, Barraskewdas, and some Gyarados. There's a little island here in the middle where there is a Dreadnought and a rare candy. And then there's this area here at the back that has a one-time Obstagoon spawn, as well as some higher level patches of grass. However, there is another area that you can access here, and that is if you come all the way down to the bottom of this little pond/lake area here, you can actually go down another little waterway, and there is another item that you can pick up. There's a little ledge here that you can exit the water, and there's another little item here that you can grab. And if you continue to go down even further, you can get all the way to this bridge, and this is the bridge that you cross when you're leaving Wedgehurst and going into the entrance to Route 2. And there's a nice little item here that you can pick up on the water as well. The next area we're going to look at is Modestoke City. Now, normally when you enter this city, you do everything you need to do at the Pokemon Center, and then the game basically directs you down this area to take the elevator at the back and head up to the gym. But what you can do is if you backtrack and you go down this staircase here, there's a bunch of stuff over on this other side of Modestoke. There's a little blinking item there at the back that you can get, and then there is a whole other area down here. There's a building here that you can go inside and explore. There's another elevator here that takes you to a different area up top, but also there is a fishing spot here. So if you are doing like a shiny badge quest or a shiny location quest, something along those lines, there is a fishing spot here in Modestoke City, and any Pokemon that you catch from here will say caught in Modestoke City. So it's another unique location if you are doing a shiny location quest, and then also there is another item hidden back here that you can come and pick up. The next area is on Route 3. Now, right before you are about to get into Galar Mine number 1, there's actually a ledge on the top part of this cliff that you can get to. But in order to get to it, you have to go inside Galar Mine number 1 and take a slightly different path. So after you enter the mine, you basically just want to follow these train tracks, and where this miner is, you can actually come this way, and you can take this little ramp all the way up to the top. There's some other items in here that you can pick up. I believe there's an item here, but I've already picked it up on this save file. But if you keep going all the way down to the bottom, you'll actually exit the mine, and you'll be up here on this little ledge, and there is another TM up here. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I've already picked it up, but there's another TM up here that you can get right as soon as you enter the mine for the first time. The next location is kind of in between Turtfield and Route 5. You again do need the water bike for this, so you can't access this area the first time you come here. So once you have obtained the water bike, you can come back and you'll want to exit Turtfield like you're heading to Route 5, but before you go over the bridge, there's actually a little ramp here that takes you down into the waterway. So then you can take the water bike, there's a Crawdaunt spawn back here, and then there is another TM that you can pick up back here. Alright, the next location is inside Galar Mine number 2. Now this one is not the most difficult one to miss, But what you can do, it does require the water bike again. So after you've obtained the water bike, you can come back here, and there's a couple of little ponds over here. You can actually take the water bike right through these. There's a Gastrodon spawn back here. I think that's a one-time Gastrodon. And then there is another TM back here that you can pick up. The next location we're going to look at is Stow-on-Side. There's actually a couple different areas I want to show you in here. The first one is there's a ladder here. Normally you don't come over to this side because once you get into Stow-on-Side, you just kind of take the staircase and head to the gym and the hop battle. But there's an item here. You just take this ladder down and then you can take the other ladder up and then you can get to that item. The other area that you can go is you can actually go behind these buildings. And there's a bunch of Diglets over here just kind of having a grand old time. There's another ladder here at the very back, and this takes you to the rooftops of some of these buildings in Stow-on-Side. So you can take another ladder up here, and then you can hop down some, you can go down this ramp and hop down some ledges. There's a little glowy item over there, and then there is another TM that you can pick up. All right, the next location we're going to look at is Glenwood Tangle. Now, normally when you come through the Tangle for the first time, you kind of just weave this way. You'll head up, you'll kind of skip the trainers there, and then you can just make your way out of the forest here, and it doesn't take you very long to get through here. But there is a whole other little section over here. There's an item that you can pick up here, there's another trainer battle here, and then when you cut through the grass, right between those two bushes above my player, there's actually a one-time Morgrim spawn that you can encounter. And then if you continue to go all the way up here, there's another TM that you can pick up, and then there's a sparkly item that we passed as well. All right, the next area we're going to show you is on Route 7. Now, this is a very easy one to miss because normally you do not approach Route 7 from this way. You will go up through Route 7, and then you'll immediately go into Route 8, and then kind of loop around through Circhester. And then when you are coming back this way, you come across the bridge. So this is very easy to miss. But there's a little ramp here that you can take down. This takes you to a little ledge where there is a berry tree, as well as another item over here. I think this is the safety goggles. So if you want to use this for a competitive team, you can come down here and pick up the safety goggles, and it saves you from having to buy safety goggles with battle points. All right, the next area is on Route 8. This is right when you exit from like the frozen part of Route 8, just outside of Circhester. There is a little pathway that you can take right here. Normally you would just kind of like go down the ladder, and then that takes you to the area where the two phalanx are. But what you can do is there's a little walkway here. There's actually a one-time Crustle spawn here. That Crustle will only spawn once. And then there's another item hidden behind the Crustle. All right, Route 9 is where we're going to show you the next couple of locations. So after you exit Circhester and you come across this bridge, what you can actually do is you can go down here into the water past that fissure. And then if you take the waterway all the way to the end, this is the bridge that you cross over, and then you go into like the little frozen bit of Route 8 right before you head into Circhester. That's what this bridge is here. But there's actually a little area where you can exit the water, and then up here there is a one-time Glalie spawn, and then that is the TM for Avalanche, if I'm remembering correctly. The second area I want to show you on Route 8 is just over here. So this is where you do the battle to get the water bike, and normally the game kind of points you like, hey, go this way. But if you actually go back over this way, you can get another hidden item that's right over here. And then if you actually go the intended way, instead of going all the way down to get to Spikemouth, what you can do is if you basically just hug going left, there's some items on the water here, but then there's also a Mantine. There's also a hidden beach area over here. There's a couple of other items and some more trainers here, but there's a little beach area there, and then there's a little bit of a bigger beach here. Like I said, there's a few items and just some other trainers that you can battle, and the game never really directs you over here, so if you don't go off and explore, you'll completely miss it. But this is a really kind of cool just little area. There's a fishing spot here as well, so this is like a really kind of cool spot that you can fish at. And then just, you know, it's really kind of cool that there's just this beach and there's these swimmers here just kind of chilling in their bathing suits while it's, you know, icebergs and snow all over the place. And the final area that I want to show you today is on Route 10. Now, Route 10 feels very linear and doesn't really feel like there's lots of places that you can explore. And honestly, I missed this location for the longest time. So, when you're coming up the hill and you head down towards Winden, it doesn't really feel like there's anything here, and it probably doesn't feel like I missed anything. But there's actually a little area over here that leads to a little ridge where there's another TM. This, I think, is one of the coolest things that they hid here, because, like, as you're going down the hill, you basically don't even see it. Even knowing that it's there, I really don't even see it. The easiest way that you can find this is just kind of like hug the right side here as you're going down the hill, and then your character will just bike through the opening and you'll be able to pick up this TM. And there you have it, folks. Those are some locations that you may have missed during your initial playthrough of Pokemon Sword and Shield. If there are any locations that you know about that I didn't showcase in this video today, make sure you leave a comment down below. I'll collect a bunch of locations that I may have missed, and I'll make a pinned comment so that we can keep everybody informed to all the little hidden gems that are in Sword and Shield. Again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing if you are new. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one.